Hi there, and thank you for joining us. You are watching the second part of the OLBG 5 to follow for the weekend. If you were watching last week, we had a mixed week, to say the least. Faheen getting beaten caused quite a shock, but we did put up Sprinter Sakura at 25 to 1 for the Queen Mother Champion Chase, who's now around, I think, as short as 9 to 2. So if you got on before his impressive reappearance, you'd be feeling pretty happy, and what a performance it was. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter because we're responding to that, and we will do with any other racing shocks, if you like, that come our way. But this week, we've got 5 more horses for you to follow, some of which you'll be aware of. You'll know their household names, but we have to mention them. It's such a big weekend of racing. Some you may not. So we'll get stuck in straight away. It's a great weekend's racing. The Betfair Chase is the premier race, if you like, but there's plenty of races around it that we'll be looking at, and some suggestions for some bets to be having, which is always good news. We love your feedback as well, so don't forget, you can follow us on Twitter, find us on Facebook. Better still, subscribe to the YouTube channel and you get all these videos straight to you. It's really as easy as that. But let's get stuck in, and we're going to start by heading to Haydock for the fixed brush hurdle. This is a really interesting type of race. Certain types of horses tend to win it, and T for 2 at the front of the market at around 6 to 1 has to have a great chance. You look at the form the horse had in the Lanzarote and the way Lizzie Kelly and the horse won that particular race. I'm convinced that this horse at 6 to 1, and we've had suggestions from members that this is one of the horses to be on for the fixed brush hurdle. You know, we've had some good winners of this in the past. Horses that maybe haven't gone on to fulfil their potential. I think back to the likes of Grand Cru, but at 6 to 1, Nick Williams is a shrewd enough trainer. He doesn't have a massive string, but he's clever with his string. He'll send one over to France to pick up prize money, and I'd be surprised if this horse doesn't make the frame. Obviously, consider the weather conditions. You're going to need a soft ground horse for Haydock on Saturday. It's going to go without saying. You look out the window now, it's probably raining. It's been raining most of the week, and it's very likely to be heavy ground. So please factor that into your punting plans. But T for 2, we think it's a good horse, and at 6 to 1 at the moment, I think that'd be much shorter come the day. You might want to get on that before we reach Saturday morning. Right, let's move on to our next horse for Saturday, and we're actually going to go down south and head to Ascot. Now, this race is cut up quite badly and probably will only be about 7 or so runners, but it looks a match. Bakes Mike tweeted us to suggest that he thought Brother Ted was the better one to be on. Faces Rock on Ruby in the Coral Hurdle. Rock on Ruby doesn't seem to stay that bit further, does he, unfortunately? And he is getting on a little bit. He's been a class horse on his day. You can't take that away from him, his achievements. But Brother Ted at 9 to 4 with the sponsors Coral as we film this, I think that's a good shout. Last seen beating Silviniaco Conti, who had his reappearance over hurdles, which Paul Nicholls was very pleased about. So there's some nice form on the book. I don't think the ground will bother him either. He looks like he'll go in the soft ground. He's got a little bit of form on good to soft as well. Ascot should dry out if it does stop raining. If it turns heavy, I don't think it's going to be a problem either. So we're going to try and get Rock on Ruby beaten with Brother Ted. Be interesting to see that race. I think it's a horse for the future, that one. There's going to be a big race in it. Hopefully it's Saturday, but we'll wait and see. Now, we must mention the next horse. We can't get away with not mentioning it. We're going to stick at Ascot, and it's the reason that probably most people will go to Ascot this weekend, and it's Vautour. Willie Mullins has decided that Ascot's going to be a place he's going to start his favourite for the Gold Cup. After such an impressive win at Cheltenham last March, you can understand why he is that price. Mr. Mullins seems to be in good form all year round, but he's in good form and has had winners this week. It remains to be seen what's going to take him on in the race. Looks like O'Fellon's Boy could be heading there rather than going to Haydock. 9 to 2 for the Gold Cup in March. Depending on your view on that, it's going to only get shorter if he wins on Saturday. And one of the outstanding bets we had a member tweet us was the suggestion that 20 to 1 to go unbeaten for the season was a really big price. I think that was with Betfair Sportsbook, sorry. I'd love to know your thoughts. 20 to 1 to go unbeaten for the season. Should we be lumping on? But 9 to 2 for the Gold Cup in March. He's only going to shorten if he wins on Saturday. Obviously, Faheen this time last year came over to Ascot and won his hurdles race on reappearance. We can expect the same from Vautour, I think. But let me know your thoughts. Plenty of people seem to think that this horse is going to be the best horse we've ever seen as a chaser. The way he won at Cheltenham blew people away. But the step up in trip, I'm not so sure. I think he'll go off short enough. I don't think you'll need to back him on Saturday. You can just watch and enjoy a great performance. Well, we come to our next horse, and this is for the highlight of the weekend, really. It is going to be, well, I think it's the most obvious favourite you've seen, really, in the best race. Probably not. Let's be honest, it's not the best field for the Betfair Chase, but this trainer has an outstanding record in it. We're looking at around even money for Silviniaco Conti. Is it the best bet of the weekend, or is it the worst bet of the week? Are you going to be laying? I mean, what's going to beat it? You've got Q Card in there, the two David Pipe horses. His stable's not been a great form. He did disappoint a bit at Cheltenham last weekend. We put up one of his horses and it didn't run particularly well. He's not had too many winners. Silviniaco Conti at even money. You're going to find it hard to find this one out the frame. He feels that run over hurdles has really benefited the horse. And yeah, we can only look back on his record with the likes of Corto Star in this race. Paul Nicholls knows what it takes to win this race, as does the horse. I think he goes well fresh. Be great to see another win for the champion trainer. And if you're on at even money, you won't mind. I don't think we'll see him in March going for the Gold Cup. I think that's going to be a bit beyond him. We've heard plenty of comments that he doesn't like the hill there. Who knows? If he wins the first two legs of this Triple Crown that the authorities have brought in for £1 million, he may be tempted to have another crack. But not for me or the OLBG members. They don't seem to think that this horse is going to be going for the Gold Cup. They think the best time to catch him is going to be on Saturday. Now, our final horse of the weekend, I think this is going to be a real talking horse. It runs Sunday at Navan, and it's Douvan, making his debut over fences. Won the Supreme Novices in great style. Well, as easy as you like, to be frank. This horse is the favourite for the Arkle without even jumping a fence in public. You can get just 9-2 on him to beat unbeaten for the season. It's around a 5-2 shot to win in March at the festival. Plenty of us in the office are excited about seeing this horse out. I know plenty of our tend to follow blogs mention this horse as one that you've got to keep on the right side of. The fact that Willie Mullins says that he could be potentially the best horse he's ever trained is going to mean he'll be a short price wherever he turns up. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting start. Don't forget, though, Vautour had a very inauspicious start to chasing. So I wouldn't necessarily think at 1-3, 1-2, whatever he starts, is going to be a price to get involved in. But you may want to get your bets on for March before he runs and wins on Sunday. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to get more of these previews and get involved. Send us your tweets for the weekend and comment on the video. We love to know your thoughts on who you're going to be backing this weekend. Let's try and win some money. And don't forget to check out the OLBG app, free to download, for all your racing tips and information. Thanks for watching.